Hi friends, I'm Jessica. Thanks for joining me today in this journaling video. I have two of my favorite books out. This is an A5 Archer and Olive. I just started it this year, 2020. It's my first art journal, and I haven't done a video about art journaling yet, but I've been enjoying it personally. And this is my personal size Chic Sparrow. I do have an insert inside that I use for positive quotes or affirmations or music lyrics, anything that inspires me. So that's what I decided I would like to use again today. I'm thinking about moving to a narrow size so that I have a little bit more room, but this will do today. So let's get started. I brought out some of my basic supplies, glue stick and a bone folder, and I really wanted to use this new roll that I just picked up. It is craft paper with a grid, and it looks like a roll of washi, but it actually is a nice thick piece of paper with an adhesive back. So it's my first time using it. I needed to rip away the glue, and the glue was pretty strong, so it left a little bit of damage, but that's okay. We're going to do some layering. I put down my ruler to give myself a little guide for ripping because I love that unfinished look. And look at that, just peel it and it's like a piece of paper. It's so neat. I really like that new roll. So continuing with more paper layering, I'm taking a page from an old book, and I actually had this one that was the first chapter, so it had a really pretty number 1 spelled out, and then the T is in a big bold letter. I thought that looked pretty, so I wanted that piece. And I'm bringing out my distress ink. This is a vintage photo color, which you could get on Amazon. They are also in Hobby Lobby, and this is a little dauber. I'm just lightly using it around the edges to give the piece of book more distress. I'm really excited to have that ink. It looks so neat. And then I love glue stick. It's like one of my favorite things to use. So I use a back of a book that I don't mind messing up because I like to get all the way around the edges to make sure that it really stays. And I double make sure that it stays by using my bone folder and pressing around the edges. And this is some packaging, and it's a very nice thin brown paper. So I saved it because I figured I could use it in journaling and layering. And in fact, if you notice there, I think there's, I don't know, something got on it. I don't know, maybe some oil or something. It's not on all of it. I'll have to be careful next time to skip that bit, but I'm not too worried. You know, I'm going for the vintage, imperfect look, you know, stress-free, go with the flow. So this is another new book that I have. It's got really soft paper. It reminds me of tissue paper. Not sure if that's the proper name for it, but definitely feels like tissue paper. Lots of different shades in there that I could choose, and I went with this light gray, and that's what I used down at the bottom. I'm just kind of giving it a little wrinkle, and then it's going to go down at the bottom to kind of cover up the little messed up area from the glue where the roll, my craft roll. This is a really neat set of watercolors that I got off Amazon. It is a Paul Rubens set, transparent watercolors. They are so beautiful. And then I brought out a towel with my 3 favorite Disney princesses so that I had something to dab my paintbrush on so I didn't make a big old mess. This is also a set from Amazon, really affordable. I don't even know if I remember the brand. There was just 12 different sizes, and I went with the number 4 there. Just dipping my brush, getting it wet, and I'm choosing one of the green shades. This darker green has a lot of sparkle. I wanted to try doing my own little leafy sprig there. A little branch with leaves. I do have stickers that look similar to what I'm trying to do, but I wanted to give it a go myself. I'm definitely not an artist, but I like to try and I enjoy it. So I'm trying to make my own here, and actually I was impressed with this paper. I purchased this insert off of a shop called Yellow Paper House on Etsy, and their paper is nice. It's thick and it held up well to the paint. I didn't use too much water, so I'm sure that helped, but yeah, it took well to it, so that was good. So I'm just doing my best there, freehanding some leaves. And I figure, you know, try not to be afraid, because the more I do it, the better I'll get. And my motto this year is, you don't have to be perfect, just go with the flow and enjoy it. So then I dipped into the darker gold shade there, and I wanted to put a little bit of accent into the leaves. So that's what I'm doing next. And today is a snow day. Yesterday was a snow day too, which was pretty cool. Both my son and my husband were off yesterday, and we built a snowman in our yard. And today was a snow day as well. Well, my husband, he got a 2-hour delay. He had to go back to work. My son was off again. And tomorrow's my husband's birthday. So we decorated the house, me and my son, and I'm excited for when he comes home to see it. We will be celebrating him. He's turning 35. Oh my goodness. So I kind of made my quote a theme about age and time. But for the rest of it, I'm just kind of picking things that I think are pretty. Like, for instance, this lacy looking, leafy looking washi I haven't used yet, so that was fun. I pulled out a Tim Holtz pack from Hobby Lobby. And look, I found a 35-cent ticket. I was so excited. The number 35. And since my husband's turning 35, I wanted to put that ticket in, because that was kind of my inspiration. You know, today we decorated for his birthday. We're going to be celebrating him this weekend and treating him to what he'd like to do. 35 is a big number when you come around up to it. And I just don't know where the time goes. It's crazy. I guess I say time flies when you're having fun. There may be some of you watching that are younger and thinking, oh my gosh, you're so old. And some of you may be older than 35 and thinking, you are so young, you have no idea. Which I could relate to that, because I feel like I say that to my younger siblings. Time flies, and I know I just gotta savor every moment, live life to the fullest, because time flies when you're having fun. So I decided to go ahead and move on to the next side of my spread, the right side, and I used some more of that gray tissue paper, and I pulled out some different tickets as well as this sticky note pad that I got from the Target dollar spot a long time ago, and I thought it might be neat to use to write my quote. And I like the craft paper, I like the lines and the florals, and I picked my ticket and I grabbed some glue so that I can stick it down. And then I went ahead and glued the back of the sticky note and centered that in on the right hand side, which I realized I actually pulled off two because they're kind of thin, so I just glued them together, no big deal. And centered them in. smoothed it out. I love the bone folder. Now this is a little box I have. They're like miniature pictures. They're really cool. They either have images on them or they look like distressed newspaper or old sheet music. And I knew I had some in there that reminded me of time, so I was looking for clocks, or there was one of Alice in Wonderland of the little rabbit that says, I'm late for an important date. And there was a clock, I think that looks like Big Ben, as well as the hourglass with the sand. And I think I decided on the hourglass because it, you know, life makes you feel like you're running out of time. That's why I picked the quote that I did, so I thought they'd go together well. And we'll get to the quote later. I'm just trying to come up with a little theme here. So I grabbed some washi to decorate the bottom there and some colors that I thought went nicely with the overall color scheme. One says hello lovely and another one is just a nice kind of checker print or plaid print. Oh, I got my first Lamy in the mail. I'm so excited it arrived. So that's what I'm using to write my quote today. I put black ink in there. It's my first real fountain pen. I'm so excited. I love it. So I'm zooming in, so hopefully you guys can read as I'm writing there. I really do enjoy, I've noticed as I was getting older, I've been enjoying quotes, lyrics that, you know, tug at my heart, or passages in books and whatnot. And so I got the idea, you know, this was just a small personal size insert to start keeping quotes that I thought were inspirational or that I could look back on. And the one I wrote today is, each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. And I thought that was great. No matter the age, you are perfectly where you are meant to be. Time is not running out. Just enjoy the moment. One last thing I wanted to do was add a little stamp. So I'm trying to decide what to go with, and I wanted to put down the little compass here. I thought I went with the theme kind of well. Kind of like time and place. A reminder that I'm perfectly where I am. And that finishes up my spread. So I want to thank you so much for watching it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, would you let me know by giving me a big thumbs up? That always makes my day, and I appreciate you so much. Hit subscribe to be my friend and come back to see me next time. Bye bye, my friends.